It's time for the Action Figure Show. On tonight's episode, the Action Figure of the Week. The top 5 vintage Star Wars figure accessories. Delusions of grandeur with inverted penis. We try to beat the Rebel Force radio guys in Star Wars trivia. The latest action figure news. Special guest, Danny Coxey. All that and more on the Action Figure Show. And now back from a recent stay at the Golden Palace, it's the Junkman.
Welcome back to the Action Figure Show. Welcome back. How is everyone out there? I hope you had a good week. It's been a crazy week here in the U.S. if you're into the whole election thing and all that. It's been crazy and it's gonna get crazier. Before we get started with the show, we always like to check in with our co-host, Larry J. Wampa, to see how was his weekend. It's always real crazy. Larry, how was your weekend?
Well, I tell you, it started out really good and everything, but then Sunday night I found out that my mom threw away my best porno mag.
Oh, hate when that happens. I know how you feel, Larry. I hate when that happens. Now, as I said, we've been going through this crazy election here in America, and there's been elections all around the world. But did you know there's an election going on right now on Hoth, the planet Hoth, Larry's home planet? He's been telling me about it all week, about the people running and everything. Larry, see if I got this right. Okay, there's Lamont. He's the one everyone thinks gonna win. He's the established guy and everything. He's the one that's been in how long has he been in office?
He has been elected in the office 42 times. 42 times.
Ooh, 42 years. That's a long time, but maybe it's time, maybe it's time for a change. Maybe people want to change. The guy he's running against, or the guy running against him, is Lawrence. And he's kind of, tell me a little bit about Lawrence.
Well, he's kind of a younger candidate. He's from the ICE party, and they haven't really had much political power in a couple of years. But he's got the youth behind him, so it's really kind of exciting. Yeah,
so this is going on. I figure we'll check in with the polls throughout this video and see who's going to win the leadership of Hoth.
Junkman.
What, Larry?
Don't forget about Lou. He's also running. He's the kind of third-party candidate. Doesn't have much of a chance, but he's got a pretty good, strong fan base also.
Lou. I didn't know about Lou. Tell me about Lou.
Well, Lou doesn't have much political experience. He has owned 3 of his own janitorial companies where he would come out and clean out your cave for you. But other than that, he seems like a pretty swell guy.
Lou. Well, there's always a third-party candidate, I guess. But let's take a look at the poll and see. Well, it looks like Lamont is winning with 63% of the vote. That's very good if you're on Team Lamont. I think that's very good. What about Lawrence? How is Lawrence doing? Well, he's at 34%, holding his own right now. But the polls just closed, so it's still early to call this race right now.
Junkman?
What, Larry?
What about Lou? You're not going to show Lou?
No, don't forget about Lou. He's at 0.8% of the vote. Lou's not really doing any good, is it, Larry? What's wrong with him?
Well, he wants to legalize marijuana, but he only wants it for kids. Marijuana for kids is his whole slogan. Anyone over 18, it would still be illegal.
Ugh, yeah, that don't seem like a very good campaign slogan at all. So let's start with some action figure news. I know you're ready to move on some news. Let's talk about Hasbro. They've been doing a series of vintage style figures. Everybody's doing old retro style figures of Toy Biz. Remember Toy Biz? Well, they took that package, enlarged the figure some, and been doing Spider-Man and some other figures. And they got one from Spider-Man coming out of Spider-Man's boss at the Daily Planet. Jonah Jameson's got his own figure, and it looks pretty cool. Check it out. The figure comes with 4 hands. Yeah, you heard me right, 4 hands. You can now order the Toy Biz Retro Jonah Jameson action figure at Entertainment Earth or on the Best Buy website. Looks pretty cool. I like that. That's pretty cool right there. I love him in the old Spider-Man movies. It was very good, very good. I guess he's coming back for the new Spider-Man, I heard. But that's pretty interesting. So, what about McFarlane? Remember McFarlane Toys? They're still around, probably one of the biggest action figure toy companies they are. And they got action figures based on The Wicker, about to be released early next year. Take a look. Well, you can't really take a look because we hadn't seen any pictures of these. just a reveal that they are coming in 2021 based on the show I've never even heard of. The Witcher. The Witcher, never heard of it. Larry, have you ever heard of The Witcher?
I never really watched it, but I've heard of it. I know it's about a couple of witches that get married and they move to Seattle, but that's about all I know about it.
Yeah, I hadn't either. I guess it's about witches or something. I'm not really into horror stuff, so I don't know. You know what I got right here? Right here, the action figure of the week. Larry, the action figure of the week right here on this card. And he's a loner. Let's take a look at this week's action figure of the week, the Lone Ranger. The action figure with the mask, Lone Ranger, is from the 1981 movie Legend of the Lone Ranger. This might look like it's made by Kenner and using the same mold from the Indiana Jones figures, but it's not. It's made by a toy company called Gabriel. Gabriel. I have to look in to see what other figures they do. I don't know that. You know that toy company, Larry?
Well, to be honest, I can't really think of any other toy line they did. I think I've seen the logo. That's about it.
Yeah, I can't say I ever heard of that one, but the Lone Ranger is the action figure of the week. Now we're gonna have to take a break. Sadly, we're gonna have to pay some bills and show some ads, so we'll be right back.
Child world, let's take a look and see.
I'm Peter Panda.
Child world, everything a toy store should be.
Know why I skate through Child World? Because there's so much to see. What a selection. Looking for fun gifts for children? I mean children of all ages? You'll find what you're looking for at Child World. And it's so nice to know that prices are low and shopping is friendly and fun.
Child world, everything a toy store should be.
Welcome back to the Big Shoe, everybody. Junkman with Larry back again, and we're gonna do unboxing. I know you guys love unboxing videos, so here it is. This is kind of a different unboxing because it's a custom-made figure. So there's an action figure made by a fan, and let me make sure I got the website right. Creative Comics and Collectibles. Check out the website where you can get these figures. It's pretty cool. From what I've seen of the photos. Let me see if I can open this right up here. I should have brought a knife or something, but I didn't. Larry, you got a knife on you?
No, sorry about that. I left my switchblade in the car.
That's okay. I think I got it. Just know you always carry a switchblade with you. Guess I should have been more prepared. Well, you always got to make sure it's picked up good. Don't worry, stay over there, Larry. I got it. Okay, you're ready again. Creative Comics and Collectibles. Check it out. I'll put a link in the description below. But let's check this out. He's done a lot of like Marvel figures and stuff. Or comic book figures, I should say. I don't know how to say that. Let's see here. Oh yeah, this is very cool. It's got some variants and everything. Look at this. This is more than I say it's a custom-made figure, but I wouldn't really call it. Look at this thing. This is cool. Who is this? The Blue Beetle. Check this out right here, guys. The Blue Beetle. Ain't that cool? Let me see. Larry, did you see? Check this out, Larry.
Oh yeah, Billy Bailey, one of my favorite comic strip characters.
As you can see here on the back, he's got some other figures right there he makes and everything. This is very, look at this. How did someone make that? Larry, could you make that?
That looks like it's very hard to do. I mean, of course, I probably could make it, but I think the normal person, they probably could never make something like that.
Larry, you couldn't make a shit pie if I gave you X-Lax. Collectible Legends Series 1. I'm very impressed by this. Check out his website for more of them, guys. See what else he's got. The Blue Beetle. That is pretty cool. It's got a little information, too, all about the Blue Beetle right there. Yeah, let's open. I wasn't going to open it because I was going to leave it in the package, but hey, let's check this out. And just for the record, this isn't a paid endorsement, although he did send me the figure for free. I will give my honest review of it here. Let's take it out so we can actually see what it looks like here. I mean, how can I do a proper review of it? So I'm not going to take all the little hands out because I'll probably lose them. But this is a real, listen. This is a sturdy, and this is the real action figure. This isn't like somebody just made it out of taking other parts. Joints are really tight. That's really good. Let's see if he stands up. He stands up really good. Let's see here. Probably have to lean in. Yeah, look at that. Let me look at the monitor and see. Look at that. Let me get a better shot of that, guys. I'll put some pictures of him up on Twitter and everything. Look at that. The Blue Beetle head and everything. Comes with different hands you can put on. I'm very impressed if somebody just, again, check out his website. I'll put a link in the description below. And look at that. That's awesome, ain't it? I need to go see what else he's done. I'm really impressed by this work here. Look, he's got a joint right there. He's jointed everywhere. Look at his head. Larry, did you see this? This is awesome.
Yeah, that's very impressive. In fact, I just went over to his website, and he's got some other very impressive looking action figures. Not just that Billy Bailey.
Man, Larry, that is... I think you're just jealous that I get sent the good stuff. You can review some stuff if you learn how to use your hands. Larry doesn't move. Okay. That was very... What's that, Larry?
He ought to make a Dagwood figure. A Dagwood.
Cootsy. We got Danny Cootsy coming up on the show. I just love saying that name. I've been saying it all week. Cootsy. That's the Danny Cootsy. You remember Danny Cootsy?
Oh yeah, I think he was all over the television back in the 80s and even into the 90s.
Yeah, he was on Different Strokes when Gary Coleman wasn't being cute anymore. They brought in Danny Cootsy. I always find him very annoying. Let's hope now that he's a little older, he's growing out of that annoying redhead freckle face look. Oh, what are we doing now, Larry?
I just saw on AOL web crawler that there's an update to the election.
You're right. We need to check into the poll. Let's see who's winning the race on Halt. Lamont, that's been in power for 42 years, he's dropped down to 55%. 55% of the vote. And it looks like his running mate, the guy running against him, is up in the polls. This is a very tight race. Looks like Lawrence is up to... Let me see. I lost it. 41%. Tight race. Anybody's call. What?
What's Lou at right now?
Yeah, I keep forgetting about Lou. Sorry. Lou is up 2%. Lou is up 2%. This is a tight race right here. You never know who's going to win. Who you putting your money on, Larry?
I have to put my money on Lamont. I mean, he's won so many times and he's up in the poll.
Go with the safe bet, Larry. Go with the safe bet. Now let's talk about some more action figure news. Seems like every week we talk about Super 7. So we've got to talk about that today. Super 7's got this cool action figure. It's a skeleton. But this is just not any skeleton. It's a skeleton based on the, I guess, mascot from the band Grateful Dead. Check it out. Here he is, the skeleton from the Grateful Dead. Planned for release in April 2021. This is sure to be a huge hit for any pot-smoking, van-driving deadhead. Man, that looks awesome, doesn't it? Super 7 makes some crazy fun stuff. I tell you, I like that. Larry, are you a Deadhead fan?
Well, they're okay. They got a couple of good songs, but to be honest with you, I'm more of a Parrot head.
You know, I always like a touch of Grey. People's like, that don't count. That's not true Grateful Dead music. But it was their biggest hit, wasn't it? Truth of Grey. Remember that skeletons dancing around on the concert stage? I like that. Okay, other news. They have an action figure of Superman. I can't talk. They have an action figure of Spider-Man's cousin, Carnage, coming out. Diamond Select's going to release this figure. Check it out. This is a cool looking Carnage. Look how red it is. It's red all over and has a menacing looking face. The figure is up now on shopdisney.com. Carnage. Yeah, remember Carnage. Carnage. Yeah, that's going to be a cool figure. Venom's always been a really cool figure. Carnage. Yeah, that's going to be a really cool one right there. Carnage. And now we're going to look at a top 5. We're going to look at the top 5 best Star Wars vintage weapons. Weapons that came with action figures everybody loves. This is the top 5 of them. This is a hard list to put together. Me and Larry worked on this list for 8 weeks. It was hard to do a top 5 because there's so many weapons. Well, I left off lightsabers because that's just common. So let's go. Number 5 best Star Wars weapon action figure, vintage style. Leia Bosch, the bounty hunter gun. I love this thing. It's long. I don't know how you would hold it though. I mean, the barrel is about this long. The barrel is so long, I don't know how you would hold it. It looks like it would kick you on your ass if you try to fire it. Number 5, Leia Bosch's gun. Did I say Bosch? Bosch. Bosch? You know what gun I'm talking about. You like that gun, Larry?
I'd rather have a 357 Magnum.
Okay, now here's kind of a generic gun. We call it in the collector's community the bounty hunter gun. You know this gun. This came with a lot of the early figures, especially the Creature Cantina figures, the aliens. Usually had this gun. It's known as the bounty hunter gun. And it's one of the most iconic guns next to probably the Han Solo pistol. It's very cool looking. It's the bounty hunter gun. I like that one. Gotta put that. You can't do a list without putting that one on there right there. Number 3. This is a cool one. Forlom's gun. Forlom. Remember Forlom, the action figure? Remember his gun? I liked it because it had like a barrel at the top, but then it had another little barrel at the bottom, which is kind of like a handle. So it was kind of like a gun with a little handle on it, like a lunchbox. It's crazy. Number 4, Lobot's gun. Now we're at number 3 of the best Star Wars vintage gun, and let me see. Okay, well that was 3. That was number 2. We're at number 2 now, the best vintage guns. Let's see here, or not guns, weapons or accessories. Number 2. This is me and Larry fought over this being number 1 or number 2. Came up with number 2, and I'm sure you'll agree. General Madine's little white stick thing. That's right. You could put it in his hand and make him point at stuff and had all kinds of fun with it. Not really sure what it was. It was like a white stick. It was very good if you were having your figure set up and doing an office meeting or something. He could point at the bulletin board or something. It was very cool. General Madine's staff. That's pretty cool. And number 1, Larry. Number 1 right here. The number 1 vintage Kenner weapon. It's right here, Larry.
I can't wait. The excitement is killing me.
I love it. I love it. This is the best one of them all. This is the best gun that comes with any of the vintage figures. Bosch gun. I love it because it's like it has a long back, but it has the handle at the front of the gun. It's a little different. I really love the look of this gun. It's always my favorite. Hey, anybody got a 3D printer out there? Print me that gun. That'd be pretty cool to hang on your wall, wouldn't it? I always wanted that. I like one of the guns in a more lifestyle size. That'd be kind of cool. I always wanted a gaffy stick too. Gaffy stick. That'd have been pretty cool. Speaking of gaffy sticks, did y'all see the first episode of The Mandalorian? Whew. Well, I was going to tell you what I thought, but I'm such a fanboy, I like anything. So here's Larry J. Wampa with the review of The Mandalorian.
Well, it happened. Last week, Disney Plus aired the first new episode, or chapter, of The Mandalorian. And this saw the Mandalorian returning to the planet Tatooine. There, he was looking for another Mandalorian, but it turned out just to be some goober guy wearing Mandalorian armor. And not just Mandalorian armor, Boba Fett's armor. Yeah, Boba Fett, the bounty hunter that we all loved from The Empire Strikes Back. Well, they teamed up together to go fight a crate dragon, and it was exciting. They even made friends with some Tusken Raiders. Although, I think it would have been a lot better if they teamed up with some Wampas to go kill some Tauntauns. But that's just me. Overall, I really enjoyed this episode. It was a lot of fun, and I love seeing some of the old Easter eggs from the old show, like R5-D4 being back, and just references to the movie. I know people will say, that's fan service, but I'm a fan. I like to be serviced. I really enjoyed this episode, so I'm gonna give it 8 out of 10 crate dragons.
What about that ending? What about that, spoiler alert if you hadn't seen it, but it's been over a week now. What about that ending, you know, the reveal of Boba Fett? Boba Fett's back. What do you think about it, Larry?
Oh, I loved it. It was a great ending to it. It really got me eager to see what's next.
Yeah, I'm excited. I can't wait to find out where Slave 1 is. Where's Slave 1? Did somebody take it? I know he left it there, parked at Jabba's palace, I guess. Number 1. Okay, Larry, what are we up to now?
Well, I think it's about time we show those guys over at Rebel Force Radio that they don't know as much about Star Wars as they think they do.
Yeah, I almost forgot about this. Is going to be fun. You know, a couple of weeks ago, we tried to beat Captain Foley from Trek Yards. Ask him 5 trivia questions that me and Larry worked on to see if we could stump him with Star Trek trivia, because he knows all about Star Trek. We couldn't dump him. He was too good. We couldn't get him. Well, this time, we reached out to the guys over at Rebel Force Radio, and we came up with 5 hard Star Wars questions that we don't think these guys can answer. Now, they might be able to answer a couple of them, but we got them this time. We were like, okay, we're going to stump these guys now. So, Larry, are you ready to stump the Rebel Force radio guys?
Oh yeah, I'm ready for this one. I think we got some really hard questions for them.
Okay, let's go. We're going to stump the Rebel Force radio guys. Here goes. Number 5. What kind of ship does Luke Skywalker fly?
X-Wing.
Right about that, Larry. Maybe this one will get them. This one's pretty hard. What was the title of Tarkin? Oh, that's gonna be a good one out there. Tarkin's title. See if they can get this one.
Grand Moff.
They told me these guys were good with Star Wars trivia, but I didn't know they was gonna be this damn good. Larry, give one of the questions you came up with.
Here's one I don't think they'll get it at all. Who was Luke Skywalker's auntie or aunt or aunt or whatever, however you say it?
That's Larry. You got him this time. Nobody's gonna get this one. Who was Luke's aunt? We know who Luke's dad was. We know who Luke's mom was. Who knows Luke's aunt? Come on, Rebel Force Radio. You think you can get this one? Let's see.
Peru.
They got it. Larry, that's a stupid easy question. Why you ask that stupid question for?
Ooh, sorry I couldn't come up with any hard questions like what kind of ship does Luke Skywalker fly?
Bet we can get them this time. Okay, Rebel Force Radio guys, you ready? What kind of species was Jabba? Man, you have to be a real Star Wars nerd to know this one, man. I didn't even know it. I had to look it up.
Hut. Yes.
Nope, sorry, you're wrong. The correct answer is Hut. He is a Hut. Wait, is that what they said, Hut?
Yeah, looks like they got that one right.
Oh shit. I guess that didn't stump. We got one more. We're going to really stump them this time. You ready? This is really hard here because they don't even say it in the movie. Okay, Rebel Force Radio experts, tell me who was Lando's best bald-headed friend?
Lobot.
How does anyone know that? I'm like one of the biggest Star Wars fans in the world. I've never even heard that name before. Big thanks to the guys over at Rebel Force Radio. We didn't stump you. But hey, if you're an expert at Star Wars trivia, Star Trek trivia, or whatever pop culture it is, we're coming after you. We're going to find somebody we can stump. Wasn't Rebel Force Radio. Watch out, Unusual Mike. We're coming for you. We're coming for you, Unusual Mike. Oh, Larry, what else? What time is it now?
I need to hear more toy news.
You're right, it's time for more news. Are you a fan of the Transformers? Better yet, are you a fan of Bumblebee? No, I am. I love Bumblebee. Did you see that Bumblebee movie? Of course you did. Everybody did. No one didn't see the Bumblebee movie. And Hasbro has an action figure, a very cool action figure of Bumblebee coming out. Check this out. This isn't just an action figure. I mean, this is a high-end action figure of Bumblebee. Everyone's favorite yellow bug turned into a robot. This Transformer is coming December 27th. So you can use that Christmas money to buy it. That is if your Gammy gave you $169. $169 for a Bumblebee. Whew. Bumblebee. Remember the arcade game? Forgot the name of it. I don't even remember. Remember the arcade game, Dragon's Lair? That was a cool. It was really big when it came out. It was the first game like it. It was like a cartoon video game. Well, guess what? Now you can have your very own Dragon's Lair mini arcade at your house. This is so cool. This will look really good in the junk room. If you guys are listening, let me sponsor you. Get one of these and review it. It looks very cool. Check it out. The guys over at New Wave Toys is releasing this mini arcade based on the hit 80s game. Not only does it look cool sitting up on display, it actually plays. You can play Dragon's Lair. Very cool game. This game was huge when I remember hearing about it on the news before it came out, and everybody's like, Dragon's Lair, you gotta see this game, you gotta see this game. And the local arcade at the mall didn't have it, but there was this one little place in town that had it that was like a bar for teens. I don't know what they called it. It was like you had to be under 18 to get in, but it wasn't a bar. It didn't have any drinking or anything. But it was. I went there for a couple parties and everything. I remember they had Dragon's Lair. It was awesome, man. Because you never. But it was like $1 to play or $1.50, which was a lot because usually every game back then was a quarter, maybe 50 cents. So you're like, man, that's a lot of money. to play the game, and it didn't seem like it lasted too long, or at least I wasn't good enough to last long. I didn't get very far. Larry, you remember Dragon's Lair?
We didn't have Dragon's Lair on Hoth. We had a game, it was kind of like it. It was called Lizard Basement. It was very cool, but it was in black and white. I really didn't like that part of it.
Sad, Larry. Just sad. Now, this is the part of the show where we're going to go check in with a YouTuber that has all the inside sources of Star Wars. Do you even want to know behind the scenes of what's going on at the Star Wars movies, The Mandalorian, or whatever? Well, it's time to take a look at Inverted Penis. That's right, he's going to give us some special inside news straight from his sources inside Lucasfilm. Here he is, Inverted Penis. It's time now for Delusions of Grandeur with Inverted Penis.
You're having delusions of grandeur.
Welcome back, everybody. It's the Inverted Penis back with news from my sources from Reddit. From my sources within Lucasfilm. Can you believe it? Kathleen Kennedy is back. She was not fired. Thanks to a Supreme Court ruling, she is back, and she's having her influence on The Mandalorian. But let's go back to the name itself, The Mandalorian. How do you spell that? Well, it ends with R-A-I-N. Ryan. Yes, Ryan. She named the hero of the show after her favorite director of all times, Rian Johnson. And that's not all. I hear that her influence is still affecting Mandalorian today. What was the name of the very first episode? You guessed it, The Marshal. And how did they come up with that name, The Marshal? Well, she made them name it after her husband, Frank Marshall. That's right, she is using her influence to name the shows. I've heard from my sources within Reddit, at Lucasfilm, that she even has an episode coming up that she demands be called Girls Are Cool, Boys Just Drool. Yes, believe it or not, she is using her female agenda to affect The Mandalorian. She must be stopped. We must do all we can to get Kathleen Kennedy fired once again from Lucasfilm. Go on Twitter, go on social media, go wherever you can. Demand that Kathleen Kennedy be fired once again. We cannot have her as part of Star Wars and influencing her female agenda upon Star Wars fans. Do it now. Do it for us all.
That's crazy news right there, man. That is crazy.
He has all the information.
Larry, what are you yelling about, Larry?
Man, I love that guy. He has all the inside news. Man, he's right about Kathleen Kennedy. You know what Kathleen Kennedy's job was before she took over Lucasfilm? Believe it or not, she was just the secretary to George Lucas. She got him coffee. That's all she did. And now she's running Lucasfilm? It makes no sense to me whatsoever.
Not a big fan of Kathleen Kennedy, are you, Larry? She ain't never done no wrong. Okay, let's check back in with the polls on Hoth and see who's winning the election there. It looks like Lamont is up to 98%. I think he's got this thing, Larry. Lamont, he's been in office for 42 years. Looks like he's going to be in office for 43 years. So let's see where Lawrence is. Oh, Lawrence is down to 11%. 11%. Doesn't look good for Lawrence. Doesn't look good for Lawrence at all. So we'll check back.
Lou.
Yeah.
How's Lou doing?
Why do I have to talk about Lou? That Lou has no chance at all. On the latest polls, it looks like Lou is now at a negative 22%. I don't even know how you get a negative when you're running for office. What, do people take their votes away? I don't understand. But Larry insists that I talk about it. So don't forget, special guest, Danny Caucason.
Danny Caucason. You know, Junkman, we're probably saying that name all wrong.
I've got one more piece of news, Larry. One more piece of news. Everybody's going to love this one. Everybody loves Baby Yoda. And finally, he's got his own hot toy. Now he's had a hot toy that comes with the Mandalorian. But now, Baby Yoda has his own, by himself, hot toy. Check it out. Yes, you heard me right. Baby Yoda gets his very own hot toy. Or, as we all know, he's called the Child. We get it. I know. You don't have to tell me in the comments below that it's not Baby Yoda, it's the Child. We know this. But this very cool, little cute green guy is getting his own hot toy. And it comes in his little floating bed thing. This looks amazing. That would be a cool hot toy to get. Whew. Especially if you got a lady coming over. She'll like to see your Baby Yoda. That looks cool. What do you think about that, Larry?
That looks really good. The detail is amazing of Baby Yoda. It looks just like Baby Yoda. And I don't know, this might be controversial, but to me those Hot Toys, they always look really good. Like they've really done a lot of good designs with it. And when you talk about Baby Yoda, I just love Baby Yoda. Who doesn't love Baby Yoda? It's a great character and it's so cute. I just love Baby Yoda.
Looks really cool to me too. Now,
so
we're going to listen to a voicemail. This is where you call the show, leave a voicemail, and we answer it. Finally, we've been teasing it for a couple of weeks, and we're going to do it. But don't forget, you can call by this number down here. Leave a voicemail, and next week you might be able to hear yourself or in a couple of weeks. So let's listen to one right now.
Hey, Junkman. It's Captain Foley. How you doing?
Hey, it's Captain Foley. It's Captain Foley.
You've been kind of dodging me since I was on your show. The whole Beat the Captain segment. I was just wondering, when that was going to come back. Just saying. Plus, I never got that gift basket. Your other guest was given a gift basket even though she couldn't make it on the show that day. Where's my gift basket? I wasn't even offered a gift basket, and I was on the show. So, anyway, guys, I'm kind of disappointed in both you and Larry. Feeling a little left out here, so it is what it is. It's okay. I'm fine. Anyway, so if you get a chance, I'm over on the Truck Yards channel. Come and shoot me a message, and I'd love to be back on your show, man. I want my gift basket.
Captain, I done told you. Larry handles all the gift baskets. Larry, where's his gift basket?
Gift baskets are given out to guests on the show that come to the studio. We don't just give out gift baskets to anyone cause someone calls the show or cause someone points a camera at their face. No, you have to come to the show to get a gift basket.
Well, I don't think that's really fair. I mean, if you're a guest on the show, I think you should get a gift basket, even if you're not actually here. I mean, I don't see why he shouldn't get something also.
Gift baskets are made for the guests of the show. I take my time to find out what the guests here that made the effort to come here, what they like. And I make a gift basket that's tailor-made just for them.
Now, I understand that. It just doesn't seem right. I mean, we ought to at least give him a free t-shirt or something, don't you think? I ought to give him something.
Also, the dude lives in Canada. I'm not going to ship a gift basket to Canada. You know what a pain that is to deal with customs?
Nah, that just sounds like an excuse, Larry. We got to give him something. We got to do something for Captain Foley, being that, if we beat him at trivia, then maybe we can say, hey, we won. We get to keep the gift. But being that we didn't stump him, he should get a prize for something, right? For knowing so much about Star Trek. I mean, that guy even knew the name of Data's brother. It's just crazy.
Also, we blew all our budget on those Halloween costumes last week.
Sorry, Captain Foley, it's just not in the budget. Well, that's a voicemail from Captain Foley. And as I said, you can call this number here, and you might be able to hear yourself on next week or a future episode of the Action Figure Show. Now, let's take a break for station identification.
Sports with Charlie Adams, News 29.
Welcome back to the show. We're almost done. We got a special guest, but before he comes out, let's check in with these polls here now. Lamont. Whoa, Larry, Lamont has dropped down to 11%. Yeah, the guy that's been in office so long is now at 11%. And the guy running against him, get this, the guy running against him, Lawrence, 1%. 1% of the vote. And Larry, you're not going to believe this. Lou, the one that you said didn't have a chance at all, Lou's at 99.8% to win this thing. This is the whole thing just turned around. This is crazy, Larry. This is exciting. I know why you are really into Hoth politics now. This is crazy. Larry. Let's get on with, this guy from the 80s from Different Strokes. He was on the episode of the Barbara Mandrell show. I mean, who didn't watch that? You even remember him as that annoying redheaded kid from Terminator 2. Now, would you give a warm welcome to one of the greatest actors of the 80s,
Junkman.
Why, Larry, what?
Danny said he would only come out if he could do his cover of John Anderson's Swingin'. I told him we had no time for no music guests, plus if we do music, we'll get a copyright strike. So Danny left.
Can we send that gift basket to Captain Foley then?
I'm not mailing any damn thing to Canada.
Sorry, Captain Foley. We're at a limited supply of those gift baskets. Gift baskets. Sorry, Captain Foley. Those gift baskets are in limited supply, and we have to save for people that actually come here to be on the show. Well, can you believe it or not, we're at the end of the action figure show. What? Larry, the end. This is the end of the action figure show. I know, I'm shocked just like you. Well, I want to thank, I'm not going to thank Danny because we ran out of time. I want to thank Captain Foley for calling in. Don't forget you can call in also. And a big thank you to the guys over at Rebel Force Radio. Check out their podcast. These guys are the top notch when it comes to Star Wars podcasts. I mean, they're high end. They're like a radio zoo show. They're so good. Okay, well, thank you guys for watching. And until next week, next Friday, we'll be back with more action figure news then. Larry, tell them about social media.
Well, on Instagram, they can follow us at The Action Figure Show. Very simple. But on Twitter, it's a little bit more confusing. It's The Action Fig Show. Action Fig Show. And you want to keep your eye on both of those social media sites because we're going to give away something very soon.
You said it, Larry. Thank you, and we will see you next week on The Action Figure Show.
Hey, CBS, what's coming on?
Friday, blast off to a galaxy far, far away. It's the Star Wars Holiday Special, starring all your Star Wars favorites. Will Chewbacca get home to his planet in time for the big Wookiee holiday celebration? Watch and find out. Fighting the Frizzies at 11.